620. Montgomery County is trying to create what officials are calling a safe house for victims of child abuse. They say it would be good for the victims and good for the system of criminal justice. Let's go live to Action News reporter Erin O'Hearn, who is in East Norriton Township tonight. Erin, tell us about the safe house.
Well, Jim, if you look behind me, that old farmhouse may not look like much right now, but soon it will be transformed into a place where victims of child abuse can feel safe. Driving down Germantown Pike in East Norriton, you may not notice this rundown farmhouse, but Montgomery County DA Risa Ferman has a vision that involves more than just a new coat of paint. During her years as a prosecutor, she was always bothered by the way the criminal justice system dealt with victims of child abuse.
The little kid would have to talk to a police officer and a detective and a social worker and maybe a doctor and a psychiatrist and a prosecutor. The criminal justice system was actually as bad as the abuse, that it hurt as much as the abuse sometimes. That was just wrong.
Ferman envisioned a more streamlined way of dealing with abuse cases. Other members of law enforcement and area child advocates shared her vision, and Mission Kids was born.
Where instead of sending a little kid who's been abused out to speak to lots of different people in lots of different places, we come to the child.
When these kinds of investigations took place, they took place inside a police department, which is very militaristic style, people walking around in uniforms and guns. There's nothing friendly about it.
East Norriton's police chief says the new center will have playrooms, toys, and paintings, similar to a pediatrician's office. The idea is to make the child and his or her parents feel safe and protected during the interview process.
So it's a streamlined, collaborative, investigative process that is designed to minimize trauma to a child who has already been hurt.
So far, more than $200,000 has been raised for Mission Kids, but the fundraising continues, and the project still needs approval from the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners, but if all goes well, the center should open by the end of 2009. We're live in East Norriton. Erin O'Hearn, Channel 6 Action News. Jim.
Thank you, Erin. Still to come on Action News tonight, a massive refinery explosion in Texas.